So Oliver, can you talk to us about HearLink 50 and specifically SoundGuide and how it works?
Right, SoundGuide, yeah, is the hero feature developed by some of the brains around us, really to help the hearing aid understand more about what the user is doing in their day to enable the hearing aid features to deliver an appropriate level of help for the user. Right now, hearing aids have just been collecting information through the microphones, understanding the environment and the number of people that are in that environment. But what is really important to understand is what that person wearing the hearing aids is up to in a physical nature. So by combining these two inputs, the motion detection plus the audio input, the decision-making within the hearing aid can be taken up a level, enabling us to deliver the appropriate amount of help for the user at a given time and activity.
Great. So can you give us some examples or scenarios of how that would work in real life?
Sure. Like right now, if we were sitting here and I was wearing HearLink 50, the hearing aid would be detecting a quiet environment, 2 speakers, and also the fact that I was making very minimal movements from my body and my head.
Yeah.
In that sense, the microphones know that they can probably pick up sounds generally towards the front, but because of the environment, it doesn't need to be too directional. If the noise level starts to increase, again, based on my very static position, the hearing aid knows that we can go into a very directional microphone. I'm going to get attention. I want to pay attention to the speaker in front of me, i.e. because my head's not moving, and I'm going to get the optimum output from the hearing aids. Now, if people come along and join us on these couches, what am I going to naturally do in a conversation? I'm going to start to turn my
your
head.
head. Right.
Now, that means that directional microphone probably needs to become a little bit wider. The artificial intelligent noise reduction system, AI noise reduction, probably needs to adapt to the multi-speaker environment as well. And then we can consider there's a third step in this journey, and that's when I don't just have head movements, but also body movements as well. So if we were up and about and taking a walk, it's very unlikely that we would be facing each other.
Right. Yeah.
So how are we going to be? More side by side.
Right.
I'm going to be facing the front, looking where I'm going. You yourself will also be facing forward. The microphone, therefore, needs to give me access to sound from my entire periphery.
Right.
Not only from a communication perspective, but from a safety perspective as well. And again, the noise reduction system also needs to complement that decision. So you'll see on screen, we have 3 states of let's say, combinations of motion detection plus environmental detection. But it's really important not to necessarily think of these as fixed.
Yeah, fixed states.
Yeah. It's a very fluid system.
Right.
And a system that has variables in. Environmental variables, motion variables, and variables within the features themselves.
And this is all, it's part of the SoundMap 3 processing in the hearing aid. So SoundMap was to begin with a very intelligent system, and now we're just adding extra information to make it even more beneficial for the hearing aid user because we're adding an extra dimension, which is the body movements and the head movements.
Ideally, SoundMap's promise to the user has always been access to clean, clear speech.
Right.
And what we can do now is deliver that promise in more scenarios because of this additional information into the hearing aid, certainly expanding that promise to our users out there.
Great. Thank you very much.